Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is where we take a whole stack of information and boil it down to the insights that matter most just for you. Today, we're plunging into the tech world. It really feels like the ground is shifting under our feet, doesn't it? We've got a whole bunch of sources here, industry reports, company announcements, even some gadget reviews. It's quite a mix.
Yeah, and our mission today really is to unpack these huge shifts happening right across the tech spectrum. We'll look at, the tough times in gaming, the, frankly, enormous energy demands of this AI boom, and, yeah, even peek at some new gadgets that might just change how we do things daily.
Sounds good.
We'll try to connect the dots, see how these trends link up, and what it all means for innovation for our digital lives. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with gaming. Because, wow, it's been a roller coaster there. We've heard so much about job losses. Can you give us a sense of the scale? Who's been affected?
It's been unprecedented, truly. The sheer scale. We've seen this massive wave of layoffs in video games. Estimates are around, 35,000 jobs lost between 2022 and mid-2025. January 2024 was a particularly brutal peak.
35,000. That's huge.
It is. And we're talking big names, household names, Embracer Group, Unity, Microsoft Gaming, EA, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Epic Games, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Sega, Riot Games. Pretty much everyone major has seen significant cuts, painful ones.
Right. And beyond the numbers, the jobs.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the actual games, for the projects? Are things getting canceled, studios closing?
Yeah, that's the other side of the coin. The impact goes way beyond headcount. These cuts, they've led to a whole bunch of anticipated games just being canceled. Think about, The Last of Us multiplayer, Microsoft's Everwild, Perfect Bark.
Oh, Everwild, yeah. People were looking forward to that.
Exactly. And Embracer's Deus Ex, EA's Black Panther game, Riot's Hytale, gone. And it's not just games. Prominent studios have been shut down or sold off. Microsoft closed Arcane Austin. They made Redfall and Tango Gameworks, who did the brilliant Hi-Fi Rush.
Wow, Tango Gameworks too. That's a surprise.
It was. And Sony closed Pixel Opus and the Concord Studio. Sega sold Relic Entertainment. It's a real reshaping of the landscape. It's painful.
So what's driving all this? I mean, it can't be just one thing causing such widespread cuts, can it?
No, you're absolutely right. It's like a perfect storm of factors converging. A lot of it traces back to the pandemic, strangely enough. COVID unexpectedly boosted demand for games, for digital entertainment.
Right. Everyone was stuck at home.
Exactly. So companies reacted. They made huge investments, acquisitions, mergers, hiring like crazy. They basically bet that this super fast growth would just continue forever. But then, the world started opening up again, the market cooled off, returned closer to pre-pandemic levels, and that rapid growth, it just wasn't sustainable. Suddenly, companies were stuck with these bloated costs.
And I imagine that caused some tension internally between management and developers.
Oh, definitely. Developers have expressed a lot of frustration. Many felt blindsided. They often point to a disconnect, issues like projects being overscoped, unrealistic deadlines, big investments in risky tech without a clear plan. There were even stories, pretty galling ones, of companies spending lavishly on, say, events or fancy office perks right before announcing massive layoffs.
Oof. Yeah, that wouldn't sit well.
No, it led to this deep feeling of betrayal, lack of trust.
It sounds like a really difficult environment. But interestingly, amidst all this chaos, we're seeing developers organize. What's going on with unionization?
Yeah, that's a really significant shift. Unions used to be, almost non-existent in games, but now they're gaining real traction. It's driven by these long-standing issues, abuse, sexism, the crunch culture, overwork, and, of course, these sudden huge layoffs.
So who's unionizing?
Well, for example, Sega of America employees unionized back in July 2023. They formed AEGS, covering over 200 people. Then you had Avalanche Studio Group developers unionizing in October 2023, over 100 of them. Even staff at CD Projekt Red, after they had layoffs, formed a union. They want better security, more transparency.
Right.
And maybe the biggest one, 600 Activision QA workers joined the CWA, the Communications Workers of America, in March 2024. That's now the largest game dev union in North America. It happened after Microsoft agreed to labor neutrality.
That feels like a fundamental change brewing.
It really does. It's not just about fair treatment, though that's obviously key. It's potentially about making the industry itself more stable, more predictable. If unions can tackle things like crunch and job insecurity, maybe they can help prevent these boom and bust cycles we've seen, build a more resilient foundation.
So after all that upheaval, the layoffs, the union push, it sounds like the industry's adjusting. But what about the overall business? Is gaming still seen as a growth area?
Oh, absolutely. Despite the current turbulence, the big picture commercially still looks incredibly strong. Reports are predicting the global gaming market will hit somewhere between 300 to $321 billion by 2025 or 2026. Massive numbers.
Wow.
And there's another big trend. More and more game IP intellectual property is being adapted into hit movies, hit TV shows on streaming platforms.
Right, like the Last of Us show or the Mario movie.
Exactly. That expands the reach, brings in new revenue, makes gaming even more mainstream. So yeah, there's definite pain right now as things recalibrate. But the overall landscape still looks set for growth, just maybe, with a workforce that's a bit more organized.
Okay, so from the shifts inside gaming, let's pivot to maybe an even bigger force changing everything. AI, artificial intelligence. And it's not just the software itself, but this incredible hunger for energy it has. It's forcing tech giants to rethink fundamental infrastructure.
Yeah.
We hear AI boom all the time. What does it actually mean?
Right, the AI boom. It's this period of just incredibly fast progress. It started picking up speed in the late 2010s, but really exploded onto the world stage in the 2020s. We're talking about technologies that everyone's heard of now. Generative AI, like OpenAI's ChatGPT for text, DALL-E, and Midjourney for images. Stuff that can create content from just a prompt.
Yeah, it feels like it's everywhere.
It is, but it's also deeper scientific stuff, like Google DeepMind predicting protein folding that's huge for medicine, and amazing advances in voice synthesis. Things like 15.ai for character voices, 11 labs that can clone a specific person's voice really accurately.
Very accurately, sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. We've even seen those AI-generated songs, right?
Yeah.
Using cartoon characters or famous artists like Drake doing Tupac and Snoop Dogg. It's transformative, almost unbelievable, the pace.
Incredible range of applications. But, like you mentioned, this magic seems to come with a huge energy cost. Is it sustainable? How big is the problem?
There's no getting around it. The energy footprint is monumental. It's putting immense strain on our power grids. Goldman Sachs, they project a 160% increase in data center power use by 2030 compared to just 2023 levels.
160%. Wow.
Yeah. And get this, some large data centers already use 100 megawatts. That's enough to power maybe 80,000 homes for an hour.
Just one data center.
Just one large one. And think about a single ChatGPT request. It uses roughly 10 times the energy of a normal Google search. If, hypothetically, every Google search used generative AI, that would need about 29 terawatt hours a year. That's the output of like 4 or 5 nuclear power plants.
Staggering. Are the chips getting more efficient, at least?
It are, yeah. Cooling system efficiency gains have kind of plateaued, but the chips themselves, especially GPUs from NVIDIA and others, they keep getting better on energy efficiency. But the problem is the sheer scale of demand is just outpacing those improvements. It means data centers in the U.S. alone could jump from using 4% of all electricity in 2024 to maybe 13% by 2030.
13%. That's not just a tech issue anymore.
Exactly. It's a major grid infrastructure issue.
Because it sounds like big tech can't just rely on the existing power grid. What are they doing? Are they becoming energy companies themselves?
That's pretty much it, yeah. Rather than just hoping the utilities can keep up, the big cloud providers, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, they're getting proactive. They're trying to secure or even generate their own power. They're aggressively chasing partnerships with nuclear energy producers.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. Amazon, for instance, bought a data center campus right next door to an existing gigawatt-scale nuclear plant in Pennsylvania. Microsoft has publicly said they'll invest to add as much or more power to the grid as they consume. They've partnered with Constellation to help relicense a nuclear facility.
That's a huge commitment.
It is, and it shows the pressure they're under. Microsoft even admitted their AI push made their carbon emissions jump 30% last year. That directly hits their goal to be carbon negative by 2030.
Right. And then there's this thing called Stargate. That sounds ambitious. What is that?
Stargate. Yeah, it sounds like sci-fi, doesn't it? It's OpenAI's plan. It's incredibly ambitious, potentially a $500 billion project to basically secure their energy future.
$500 billion.
Yeah. They outlined it in a document called Infrastructure is Destiny. They're literally calling for building several 5-gigawatt power plants, each one supporting a massive 5-gigawatt data center. Initially, the figure was $100 billion. Now estimates are closer to $500 billion. It needs something like 25 gigawatts of continuous, uninterrupted power.
That's mind-boggling scale.
It is, and it's not just talk. In France, the national energy company EDF, they've put out feelers to digital companies, basically offering ready-to-go industrial sites already connected to 2 gigawatts of available nuclear power.
So the future of AI is literally being plugged into nuclear plants.
It seems increasingly likely. It shows just how intertwined tech progress and energy infrastructure have become.
Why nuclear specifically, though? We hear so much about renewables like wind and solar.
Well, nuclear offers something crucial for data centers. Reliable, clean baseload power. It's always on, 247. Unlike wind and solar, which are intermittent, data centers need that constant supply.
Right, they can't afford downtime.
Exactly. Plus, nuclear plants can run for 60-plus years with very little downtime, and their life cycle carbon emissions are actually the lowest compared to other sources, even lower than wind and solar when you factor everything in. And there's also new tech coming online. Small modular reactors, SMRs, and even micromodular reactors, MMRs.
Okay, what's different about those?
They offer much better scalability. Their physical footprint can be like 50 times smaller than a comparable solar plus storage setup. And crucially, in countries like France or South Korea where they've standardized the designs, they can potentially be built much faster, maybe 6 to 24 months. That's a game changer for meeting this surging demand quickly.
Okay, that sounds promising. But surely there are challenges. Nuclear hasn't always been smooth sailing.
Oh, definitely not. Traditional large nuclear plants, especially in the US and UK, have faced huge upfront costs and incredibly long construction times, sometimes 20 years or more.
Right.
And even with faster builds, there's still the strain on local grids. Like in Georgia, they're looking at adding maybe 69 new data centers. That could potentially double the state's peak electricity demand.
Double it, wow.
Yeah, up to 31 gigawatts. That's a massive challenge for grid capacity and reliability for everyone else living there.
So a complex picture. Huge potential, but real hurdles. Is there any better news on the AI models themselves becoming more efficient? Are we just doomed to needing more and more power?
Thankfully, yes, there are some positive signs there too. There's a Chinese competitor to ChatGPT called DeepSeek. It's become a top downloaded AI app globally pretty quickly. And what's really remarkable is its reported energy efficiency.
Oh, efficient.
Well, reports say it cost only about $5.6 million to train. Compare that to the estimated $100 million for GPT-4.
Okay, that's a huge difference.
It is, and it apparently used only 2,000 NVIDIA chips for training versus the maybe 16,000 reported for ChatGPT. So it strongly suggests that you can develop powerful, cutting-edge AI with a much, much smaller energy footprint.
That's really encouraging.
It absolutely is. It shows innovation isn't just about throwing more power at the problem. Efficiency gains are possible and crucial.
Okay, so that's a bit of hope on the energy side. But while AI is reshaping infrastructure, how's it changing the gadgets we actually use? Samsung's new foldables seem to be leaning heavily into AI.
They really are. The new Galaxy Z Fold 7, it's thinner, lighter, bigger, 8-inch main screen, big camera upgrade to 200 megapixels. But yeah, the real story is how deeply AI is integrated. It's moving beyond just having a chatbot app.
How so?
Well, things like Gemini Live, it gives you this tablet-sized interface that actually reacts to what's on the screen. It enables much smarter multitasking. And Circle to Search now works inside games. You can circle something mid-game and get search results without leaving.
Oh, that's clever.
Isn't it? It's about weaving AI into the actual user experience, making it seamless.
And then talking about ambient AI, what's that about?
Right. Their new One UI 8 interface, it's designed for this idea of ambient AI. The goal is AI that kind of anticipates your needs. And importantly, it processes more personal data right on the device, protected by their Knox Vault security.
So better privacy potentially.
That's the idea, moving away from everything needing the cloud. Plus, you get AI tools like Photo Assist for easy editing, removing unwanted stuff from pictures, and Audio Eraser, it can recognize and optimize up to 6 different sound types in recordings, like calls or videos. Pretty neat. The smaller Z Flip 7 gets similar AI features too, like the now bar on its outer screen. It's making AI context-aware, pocket-sized.
It really sounds like AI is becoming less of a feature you consciously use and more just. Part of how the device works. What about health tech? The Galaxy Watch is always pushing boundaries there.
Indeed. The new Watch 8 series, again, thinner, more powerful. It's got a 3-nanometer processor.
3 nanometers, that's cutting edge. Means better battery life too, right?
Exactly. Better efficiency, which is critical for something you wear 204/7 for health tracking. It lets them pack more power into that slim design. It also has an enhanced bioactive sensor, positioned closer to the wrist for better accuracy. This allows for incredibly detailed tracking, sleep patterns, stages, duration, blood oxygen, even snoring.
Okay, standard stuff getting better. Anything really new?
Yes. New metrics like vascular load, This actually measures the stress on your blood vessels while you sleep. That's a deeper insight into cardiovascular health than just heart rate.
Interesting.
And get this, it can apparently measure the antioxidant level in your skin. That's a first for a smartwatch. Add in a running touch feature, and it all integrates with Samsung Health for this continuous picture of your well-being. It's really pushing wearables from fitness trackers towards being genuine health monitors.
Impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, let's loop back quickly to Microsoft. We talked about their gaming layoffs and their huge energy needs for AI. It seems like AI isn't just a product for them, it's fundamentally reshaping their whole strategy, isn't it?
Absolutely. Those gaming layoffs, the project cancellations like Everwild, they weren't just cost-cutting in isolation. It's part of a deliberate, major strategic pivot. They're clearly prioritizing profitability now, focusing on high-margin subscription models like Xbox Game Pass.
Even though Game Pass growth slowed a bit.
Yeah, growth decelerated. They hit 34 million users early 2024, which is, quite a bit below their target of 100 million for 2030. But the focus seems to be shifting towards monetizing content effectively, perhaps more than just pushing hardware sales. And crucially, AI is woven into this. They're heavily integrating tools like Muse and Copilot for gaming.
How does that fit in?
Well, it's twofold. It's partly about reducing their own development costs by using AI tools internally, but it's also about using AI to enhance player engagement within Game Pass and their ecosystem. So yeah, AI is central not just to their products, but to their business restructuring, how they make games, how they make money. It's a top-to-bottom transformation, really.
Wow. Okay, what a tour through the tech landscape today. It's accelerating like crazy. We've seen the gaming world dealing with these huge layoffs, but also this rise in worker power while still looking at massive growth potential in new media, and then this AI boom, consuming unbelievable energy, pushing tech giants towards nuclear power, raising all sorts of questions about deepfakes, jobs, everything.
Yeah, and if you connect it all, the big picture takeaway, it seems crystal clear that energy infrastructure and developing AI responsibly, these are becoming just as critical as the actual tech innovations themselves. The sheer scale of power needed for AI means future breakthroughs are fundamentally tied to the future of energy, how we generate it, how we manage it, which really raises a huge question for all of us, doesn't it? In a world where AI needs so much power, how do we possibly balance this incredibly rapid technological advancement with the absolute need for sustainable growth and making sure everyone gets equitable access to these powerful new tools?
That's definitely something to think about as you go about your day. How will all this, the innovations, the challenges we talked about, how will it shape your digital future and the world we all share?